Hey Joyriders, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Melissa. Today we're gonna go over several pieces of advice and tips that will save your life out on the road when you're on your bike. Whether you are a newer rider like me, or you don't even have your bike yet and you're just arming yourself with knowledge in advance, good for you if that's the case. My hope is that you're able to walk away with at least one piece of advice that you haven't heard of. Who knows, maybe you've heard it all. I have a lot to say on this topic, so this is actually going to be split into two parts, part one and part two. Obviously you were watching part one, so when part two releases, I will link it below in the description, or it will be at the end of the video, and vice versa. And with that being said, let's get to it. Ride within your skill level. Nobody cares how long it takes for you to do certain things. Different people have different goals, and we all go at our own pace, and there is nothing wrong with riding within your own skill level. If you ride with a group of other riders that pressure you into doing things outside of your current skill set, if I were you, I would double check my friend group who I'm actually riding with and wonder, are they healthy for me to be around? Like, I'm not trying to be like your mother, but I mean, sweetie, if you ride with people that push you out of your skill set or try to, they do not have your best interest at heart. Avoid them. Wheelies and endos can be super fun, but they are not legal in most states, to my knowledge. So if you're with a group of riders that are doing those things and they're pressuring you to do those things and try those out, it's not really worth injuring yourself or, quite frankly, wrecking your beautiful bike. Nobody gives a rip about how fast you are, whether you can get a knee down in a turn. And I'm sorry, if they do, they are not the right crowd for you. People get into trouble when they say, you know what? I'm gonna really push myself and I'm gonna take this curve that I typically take at 50, I'm gonna take it at 80. That's when you low side your motorcycle. I want you, and your family and friends want you, to make it home. If you want to become a better rider, there are so many different opportunities out there, different courses that you can take online, advanced MSF courses, do track days, all of the above, right? Or heck, if you're even lucky enough to have someone in your life that knows how to ride and is taking you under their wing and teaching you, even better if you have someone that knows what they're doing. Screw what everyone else is doing. Just ride your own ride. You guys, let the stupid go, please. If someone cuts you off, rolls down their window, and flips the bird to you, let's put our egos aside, not go up and break their mirror and endanger our lives and other people out on the road. I understand that this is easier said than done. Quite honestly, think about the type of person who has bad road rage to begin with. Do you think that their life is very good? Imagine getting angry with a complete stranger who has nothing to do with you. Honestly, we should pity these people. Don't pick up on that road rage yourself. Take a deep breath, let it go, and say, wow, that person's life must really suck. Hope they have a better day, and move on with your life. Calm your ego, go home with your life, don't start shit. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We just kind of talked about the road rage thing, and you just gotta pity the person, let it go, whatever. But this includes more like stupid decisions, right? If you've had a couple of drinks, do you really think it's a good idea to go ride home? No. Sure, going fast is really fun, but do we really need to be going 50, 60 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone? No. Should we really run from the cops? No. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna get backlash for this one, but do not run from the cops. How about we just not do that? Story time in regards to playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes that happen in my state here in Minnesota this past summer. I don't know names, I'm not gonna say names, and if this is you or someone that you know, I am very sorry that this happened. But this kid was running from the cops and he got himself into an accident. Bro had to have his foot amputated. Is it really worth seriously hurting yourself, possibly someone else, and or reaching your final destination by running from the cops? Oh my gosh, just take the ticket. And quite frankly, if you were doing something that bad and going so fast to where they're going to arrest you and impound your bike, gosh, don't come after me, but maybe you deserve it. You guys, you can go fast and you can have fun and you can let her rip, but save it for the track. You want to be lane splitting and weaving in and out of traffic. When the traffic is going 40, you're going 80. Doesn't sound like a good idea. I always wonder at people that do that. And like, nothing against you if you do, but like, do you have a death wish? Are you that late? Do you just have poor time management skills that you have to do that in order to get to your destination on time? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Oh, this one is one that I've experienced quite a few times myself. When your gut says, maybe I shouldn't ride today, please listen to it. We really give our bodies a lot less credit than they deserve. If there's something in your gut that says, ooh, you know, it's a nice day, but I'm gonna take the car, take the car. If anything, besides being superstitious about it, if you have that feeling, I shouldn't ride today, and then you do, you almost start looking for accidents to happen. You're gonna be so preoccupied with that gut feeling that you felt earlier that you're not gonna ride normally. And that is a recipe for disaster. I know that the couple of times that I have had that feeling and I did it anyway, like I didn't listen to my gut, I was just off. I was off. I was stalling my bike out. I was almost like tipping my bike over at a stop sign. Bad things. Now given, this was for towards like my first few weeks of riding, but there really is something to say. If you have a bad feeling, your mind is already preconceiving all of these things. Our brain looks for ways to confirm what you think or what you say. So if you have the impression that something bad is going to happen, not that you can necessarily think or speak something into existence, but your brain is going to be looking to confirm that. So you're not going to be riding at your best ability. If your gut says, don't ride today, don't ride. Kind of related to this is don't ride when you are emotional in any way. So if you are super sad, or if you are super irritated, angry, or if your stress level is just really high, it might be better to just not ride for the day. No, frick. I hit my camera. Oh no. It's fine, it's fine, it's good, it's all good. Where was I? I have experienced this myself a couple of times. There were a couple of days this past summer where I had some maybe like tougher days at work and I had ridden my motorcycle in. And now riding my motorcycle home is a treat and a half every single day. But even with that, on those days where I was extremely stressed, or even there were a couple days where I was relatively upset, again, I did not ride to the best of my ability. There are times when I stalled out when I really shouldn't have because I wasn't focused on the task at hand. My mind was full of what had happened in the day earlier versus focusing on what I am doing right now. Now, on the other hand, riding for the most of us is a form of therapy. So it can be really beneficial to go for a ride when you are stressed, sad, or upset in some way. However, the ADHD strikes again. So a riding can make you feel better a lot of the time, but if you are at the height of your emotions, you just found out some really bad news, let's not ride the motorcycle if you have to go somewhere. Let's maybe take the car. That still requires quite a bit of attention to operate, but not as much as a motorcycle, okay? So maybe take the car if you need to go somewhere, or just choose not to ride. Next piece of advice is always, always, always have a clear line of sight. So if you are here cars in front of you here, you don't want to just be paying attention to this car directly in front of you. You want to be able to know what's going on in front of that car that's directly in front of you, okay? You shouldn't be hanging around in the middle of the lane or even in the right side of the lane. So most of the time you want to be on the left side so you can see up and around that car. That also places you in the rear view mirror of the car in front of you so that they can see you. And then you have that line of sight to be able to see what's going on in front of them. You do not want to rely on the person directly in front of you to be paying attention for you. You need to assume that they don't know what they're doing so that you can keep yourself safe. You always want to be able to see in front of the car in front of you. That way, if you see brake lights up here, but you're not seeing brake lights right here because this person isn't paying attention, you can start slowing down so that when this person slams on their brakes, you don't have to slam on your brakes. And then the person behind you doesn't have to slam on their brakes, right? By you paying attention to what's going on in front of the car in front of you, you could avoid a serious accident. You always want to know what's going on at least 2 vehicles ahead of you so that you can stay safe and prepare yourself for something that might happen that the person in front of you just isn't paying attention to or not watching for. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you for part 1 of this video. Stay tuned for part 2. I'll link it below in the description. Otherwise, it'll be at the end of this video, so please be sure to click on it to get to that once it is out there. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and of course, we'd love to have you along for the joyride, so click that subscribe button as well and join us for the next one. Thanks again for hanging out, and I will see you soon.